So my bad. I've been having technical difficulties. I tried to start this stream up. Gosh, how many times? I think this is like the sixth time. I had to restart my computer twice. And then like when I tried to start the stream, it kept saying, "Oh, we can't find the stream on YouTube." I'm like, what the hell? Like there isn't a stream. For some reason, I don't know. I have no idea, but hopefully things are working all right now. I just realized that there was no music playing the whole time, so apologies. I'm gonna go ahead and blame that on technical difficulties. In fact, that's what I put in my description. I just got, yeah. So I tried to start, and then I noticed that the audio wasn't going through the stream. And I was like, all right, what's going on? And then I realized that audio wasn't going anywhere, not even just like on the stream, but like anywhere on my machine. So I was like, oh, well, fuck. So I stopped the stream, restarted my computer, and then tried to do it a few more times. They all failed. I had to go into YouTube and delete, because it created a bunch of streams and they were all like, they were there as like scheduled streams for some reason. But yeah, hopefully everything is good now. Yes. It turned out that my levels were muted. I have no idea why. I don't know. I don't know. Everything was working early today, and then I went out to dinner. I came back and shit's not working. As is my life. Like nothing ever seems to work. Anyways, but yeah, like I was saying, welcome to today's live stream. Today is September 7th. Yeah, September 7th. I had to look. Yeah, today is September 7th, and I have a few things that I can do. Number one is I can debug that trigger that isn't triggering on my database, figure out like what the hell's going on. Technically it is triggering, it's just not giving me any data that I expect, so I've got to figure out what's going on there. Other things is like, if that seems boring, drop questions, we'll talk about whatever. But until then, we're going to see if my stream deck works at least. Look at that. Okay, all right. On my stream deck, I have no icons showing up. Oh my gosh, everything is just broken. Okay, let me close this. And for some reason, like, oh my gosh, let me just quit. Let me quit all this shit. It's really annoying right now. All right, we'll close this too. Okay. I have no other desktops up. Okay, that explains a lot. So because I had to restart my computer, and like all of my state is now broken. So just bear with me as I figure out what the hell I'm doing. Okay, all right, sure. First things first, let's open up my browser and let's go over to Supabase. Oh my gosh, why does it keep doing this? We're just gonna close all of this. All right, here we are. Okay. Oh, what in the world is going on with that? It's weird. All right, we'll go to the dashboard. Put that over here. So today is figure out what's going on. Oh, I see a comment. Chilling, watching football. All notifications maybe. Man, my bad. I didn't mean to spam. I was getting all the notifications too. I'm like, we have a Discord thing that alerts people when I start a stream. And each time it went off, and I'm like, how is it going off? And YouTube is giving me an error saying that the stream can't be started yet. For some odd reason, I'm seeing the stream getting started. It's not my fault. I can't be blamed. Blame YouTube. Blame Alphabet and all those folks. All right. So we're gonna do this trigger stuff. Try to figure out what's going on here. So I have this trigger that's supposed to create a user profile, and it's set up to be after insert. Fires once for each statement. Fires once for each processed row. All right, let's see if I can change this to be per processed row. Watch, I can't do it. I'm pretty positive. Obviously, I was about to say I'm pretty positive I can't do this because of I have no idea why. So we're just gonna delete it. We're gonna say create user profile. Let's just remove this from history. We'll create another one. This is really annoying, by the way, and I've been dealing with this for years, like literally 2 years, plural. All right, so what I want to happen is whenever a new user account is added to this all schema table on insert, right after the event, and last time I had it fires for each row, but maybe I want this to fire for each process row. And this is where I guess I'm going to wait. No, don't do that. I think this is where I'm going to go ahead and search for some docs. I'm learning Visual Studio with my computer science tutor. It's been fun. Visual Studio. Oh, you're talking about like the IDE, like the Microsoft IDE. Curious, why is a CS tutor teaching you how to use an IDE and not data structures and algorithms? That's actually what computer science is. It actually isn't programming, which is what a lot of people think it is. It's kind of like with like physics, right? Where yes, it's math, but it's not doing math. It's different. Like Anyway, what was I looking for? I'm looking for Postgres docs. We'll do that. Did a bunch of chapters in Lost in SQL. I like it. Oh yeah, dope. It's pretty cool, I think. Now obviously there's more than just the SQL stuff. There's also all the other things, but just being able to query for data is useful. AR, I don't know how you say this. Which version of Visual Studio are you learning? Like, are you talking about just like Visual Studio, like just Visual Studio? Oh, on the project. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So you're doing like C#? Back when I used to do Visual Studio stuff, I used C#, VB.NET, as well as F#. F# is actually one of I like F# a lot. I haven't programmed in it in a while, though, if I'm being honest. So we'll look for trigger. Actually, I think trigger is on this page somewhere. Yeah, it is. Triggers. All right. Provides a general, trigger behavior. Okay. So what I'm looking for is row. All right, row level before triggers. Fire immediately before a particular row is operated on, while row level after triggers fire at the end of statement. The statement, but before any statement level after triggers. Okay. These types of triggers may only be defined on tables and foreign tables not used. So triggers, okay. The execution of after trigger can be deferred to the end of a transaction rather than to the end of a statement if it was defined as a constraint trigger. Okay. So here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm pretty positive that triggers are not new. In fact, I'm just saying that for just to be talking. Triggers are not new. What I'm going to do is have ChatGPT explain to me the difference between this row and like why would I use one or the other. That's something that I don't fully understand with this. Typically, I would do statement-based, but statement-based wasn't giving me what I wanted, so maybe it's row-based. I'm building a trigger, and technically this is an after trigger on inserts in my Postgres database. Explain the difference between a row and a row and statement trigger. Building an after. All right. Oh shit. Cool. Visual Studio 2022. I know a little C#, but still a beginner. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So like Visual Studio, for real Visual Studio, not Visual Studio Code. A lot of people these days, when they say Visual Studio, they really mean Visual Studio Code, which is a completely separate product, completely different. Yeah, that's cool. Visual Studio used to be my favorite IDE back when I used to use IDEs. These days, I don't really use IDEs as much, and I wonder how much of that is because I work on Mac. Like Xcode, oh my gosh, I hate Xcode. So I'm much more willing to just work with like Visual Studio Code, Sublime, Vim, NVim, or NeoVim if you really want to be technical. All right, so row level trigger activates once for each row affected by the triggering event, useful for operations that need to consider individual row data. I think this is it. Activates once for the entire SQL statement regardless of the number of rows affected, useful for operations that don't. Okay, row level triggers have access to new and okay, that is the issue. That is the issue. My last trigger was a statement trigger, which I think it defaulted to. I don't remember doing that. So new is the thing here. Let me pull up my database function right quick, just so I can kind of show what I mean by this new thing and what was failing. Let's open up my database, and we'll go to create user profile. All right, so here, this thing right here, new, right? This is a function, and because it returns a trigger, there should be this I'm gonna call it an object. I don't know if that's technically what it is, but there's this object named new and an object named old, and I should be able to pluck out whatever, you know, properties or columns that are part of that row that just got inserted into the database. So maybe this is gonna work. Hopefully, we'll see. So let's do row after insert user create. All right, perfect. So we'll go ahead and confirm. Wait, failed to create zero length delimiter identifier at, wait, what the fuck? Wow, what the fuck? All right. Oh, I had to choose the trigger. Man, this user experience is, all right, whatever. I'm not gonna complain. We'll do create user profile, and yep, see, this is the same definition. Let's move this up, and we'll move this down. So you'll see here that, wait, where did it go? What the fuck? I don't know why that happened. Anyway, you'll see here that this okay, sure, never mind, you won't see it, and I will get upset if I do this again, so I'm just going to confirm. We'll move on. Oh my gosh. Ugh. All right, let's also open up a new thingamajig. What is this? Why is this here? Oh, okay, never mind, I'm dumb. All right, I'm like, I did open it. How do I don't want it here though. Actually, we'll just close it. Okay, let's go ahead and open up Visual Studio. Visual Studio code. I'm gonna be precise now since you're here, AOR Aries. I'm opening up Visual Studio code. I gotta be accurate now, or precise now, because you're actually using Visual Studio, and I don't want you calling me on my shit. It's fine if you do though. I'm not gonna get upset. I'm not one of those kind of people. I guess we'll open it up from desktop because I have no idea where this is stored, but I know GitHub Desktop does. Are you using the native Mac split screen, or is this some app? This is a utility. Mac OS doesn't have window management. I'd never use that trash. Oh, let me put this up for the people who are on Twitch. No, I would never use that trash. That is Mac OS's full screen mode. To me, that's just like amateur hour. I don't do that shit. This is a tool called Magnet, and I'm going to be real. Almost all of the tools that I'm using, they are paid, and I use it. And you gotta understand that, like, as a former software engineer who made a shit ton of money, I now understand that, you know, these other engineers need to make a living, right? So it's important to me that if someone's making a tool and I find it useful, I want to pay for it. And most of the stuff, unless it's open source stuff, like I build with open source tools. I do have a few open source tools that, you know, you can get for free, but a lot of these are paid. But I don't mind paying, right? Like I have this philosophy of like, if you are if you're like, if you give a lot, you'll receive a lot, right? So I'm happy to support the developers who build tools that make my life easier. It's not a very common thing in the software space for some reason. It's like everybody wants something for free, and it's really annoying. And this is as someone who built the product. And yes, honestly, the product is free. You can go download it, actually. You should go download it. But here, this is Magnet, and I'll send a link for any of you who want to get it. Or maybe I won't. Oh yeah, I will. Okay, yes, I will. So we'll copy link. There you are. So it's for Mac. Oh, if you're on Linux, I don't know what to tell you. So on Linux, I actually use a tiling window manager. So I don't even have to do any, I don't have to do any of this. Like I open the thing and then it's full screen. If I open another thing, it automatically tiles it. All right. So yeah, there's that. I think there's a I can't say that word properly. There's a tile window manager for Mac OS as well. The issue with it is that you have to do stuff. Like you have to change how your Mac, here, let me find it for you. Instead of me just before I do that, let me confirm, or at least let me finish what I was about to do before I forget, because I will forget. So I gotta find YouTube Slackbot and we'll open this up. Maybe, is it opening? Oh, there we are. Cool. And then let's start the server up. There we go. Okay, so we got that up. All right. So give me a moment. I just realized that for some odd reason, it decided to show all of my keys. So what we're about to do is we're about to recycle keys. Let's come into, what is that? Is it database? Let me move this off to the side because I have to redo it now. Give me a second. Reset database password. All right. Actually, no, we don't need to reset the database password. We're good. That's not what we need to do. We need to come into our API settings and reset that. So we're going to generate a new secret. Okay, cool. And yep, now I have to go and generate a new Slack thingamajig, and for Google as well. So let me go ahead and do that right quick. Go into the Google Cloud Manager. Yeah, so apologies, we're gonna have to waste time because I accidentally showed my keys, and I don't really trust y'all like that. No offense, but if you take offense, that's really a you problem. Just saying. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reset these keys right quick so I don't get any surprises in the next few days. So we're gonna come into here and let's go ahead and edit, and we're gonna reset the secret. Wait, it won't let me roll it. I had to create a whole new secret. What the fuck? Oh, that sucks. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, never mind. I get to just create a new one and then delete the other. Okay, all right, cool. So we're gonna disable that one. So yeah, if you weren't able to make any authenticator requests using the key that you just saw, it's not gonna work anymore. So we've disabled that. So now I'm gonna have to do work to get that all fixed. And then let's also go into Slack. And I'm not showing this because when you reset these keys, they reveal the keys to you. So there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and download the Google stuff for right now. All right, we'll go into Slack. I'm almost done, by the way. There's not much that I have to do here anymore. Oh, developer Slack. Okay. Wait, what? Slack API. Okay, here we are. So let's do here, and we're going to regenerate client secret. Yep, I am pretty sure. We're also going to regenerate the signing secret. Yep. And we're also going to regenerate the verification token. I don't even know if I was using that, to be honest. I wasn't, so I'm not going to regenerate that. No need to. Okay, all right, so that's done. What else do I need to regenerate? Let's go and check. So we'll be like env example. We had YouTube. Oh, and Superbase. Okay. One moment. I need to go and do some Superbase stuff. Almost done. So Superbase, we had these a non key. So I just need to change the non key. Where's that at? General. Nope. Database. Nope. API. I wonder if I know a non key. That's public. Oh, non is public. Okay, never mind. We're good. We're good. I've already regenerated the things that matter, I think. Or did I? Yeah. All right, perfect. Yeah, so the anon thing is public, so no fucks given. So we're good there. The database password, that's not actually stored here, so it's not like we got to worry about that here. Cool. So we're done with all that. So I was about to show you something, and then I got sidetracked. What was it? Do you remember? Let's see if this is even going to work. Right quick. Okay. Is it sign in? Shit, what was it called? I've already forgotten. This is login. Okay, login is what we need. Go into login. All right, and we're gonna put in an email address. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's try to sign up. I probably should have did this, but I didn't. So now we gotta figure out what's going on here. So we'll open that up. Warning. Okay, do I care? I don't know if I care. Let's just go look at the database right quick. So we're gonna close that, and we're gonna look at our profiles table. Nothing in there. Let's go to our users table. Users auth. Nothing in there. So it didn't work. Okay. So okay, I know why it didn't work. I need to update the environment variable now. All right, let's see. I wouldn't trust the internet either. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, wait. We gotta, I missed up a bunch of stuff. All right, so no Linux is great for me. I use the window arrow key to, on the left hand and window right to go on the right. Super useful. Okay. So yeah, this does this too, right? I can do left, right. I can also do up, down. I can also do first 2/3 and then the right 2/3. I can also do thirds like this. I can also move things into the center. I can also move things down here, right? So yeah, see, it's a little bit faster than, it's a little bit more fully featured than just like move left to right. You know, I have a lot of things going on, so I need to be able to easily move stuff across all of my screens with minimal effort, and you know, it's kind of dope to me. Other thing that you could do is you could full screen stuff, and you know, let's say for instance, you know, I come into here and I want to make it full screen. I can do that. I can also move it over to the right if I want to, move it into the center, like so. And I can also press Command F4 and I can like resize things and put it in the center, right? A little bit more fully featured than just left, right. But yeah, let's see. I wouldn't trust the internet either. Yeah. It's not trustworthy. We're talking about window management of Magnet and paying for software. Oh, my bad. Yeah. You should pay for software if it makes your life easier. Where are you going to show your product? I don't know if I was. I don't remember. For me, no. I have keybinds that I've set up for everything. I have a lot of custom things, and all of my systems are the same way. For me, I have this bound to control option for certain things, right? So if I do control option up, I get it this way. And all of these binds are control option. However, if I do Command F4, that allows me to like specify where it is, like so, like that. But this is a completely different tool. This isn't Magnet. This is Divi, which is a tool that I used to use before Magnet. I don't know, I bought these so long ago, man. It's like, I may have had Divi since like 2013 or something ridiculous, maybe 2012. And Magnet, I think I've been using Magnet since it came out, which is whenever that was. I don't know when it came out. Yeah, that's what it took. He's like, yeah, bro, I'm sold on this Magnet shit. Yeah, it's kind of dope. And I think you can, oh wait, this is the wrong thing. Let's see. I want to say that you come into your preferences and you define like how you want all these to be stored. And it also gives you the snapping too. I probably should have mentioned that. I don't use snapping because like I have 3 monitors. So it's a little bit harder for me to use snapping, right? Like typically you go to the edge of a monitor and then it'll know to snap. But if you have 3 monitors like I do, well, it's just gonna go to the next monitor. Well, I guess technically I have the iPad here as well, if you want to consider that a monitor. Okay, so now that I've reset all of my keys, I need to do a little bit of background work right quick. So give me a second. Yeah, I'll just move it to another screen. Let me move some stuff around. Actually, I'm gonna just go to my screen right here, so, or to my camera, so we can chat about whatever. What y'all want to talk about while I, recover from the mistake that I've made by showing my keys. Oh gosh. Let's come into here and we're gonna open up my client secret file. Maybe. No? Why the fuck is Xcode? Man, I hate Xcode. Like, why does Apple think that I want to open up a JSON file in Xcode? It takes minutes for Xcode to open when and sometimes if it chooses to open, which is most times it fails. Like, whereas I could just open this in Sublime and it's literally instant. Man. I would pay for a good version of Xcode, like real talk. Like if I can get a version of Xcode that isn't trash, but I had to pay for it, I would happily pay for it. All right, so we have YouTube client ID. Okay, so we'll copy that in there. 102. UL. Oh, okay, that's the same. Okay, good. Next we have the client secret. Okay, all right, yeah, this is the new secret. All right, perfect. I was just making sure that this is different. I know y'all don't see what I'm looking at, but that's okay. You're not meant to see this. All right, and then the redirect URL should be the same. It is the same, perfect. All right, next thing is the Slackbot OAuth token. Xcode kind of costs, no, it doesn't. You can get Xcode for free, like it's free. It only costs, oh here, let me put this on for people who are on YouTube. Yeah, so like with Xcode, it is free. You only have to pay for it if you want to distribute your app on the App Store. You can put your app on your own iPhone without paying anything. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you can say that. You do have to pay to get it on iPhones or whatever. Here, let me put this on the screen right quick. I'm looking to start interviewing soon again for my next company. Any tips or questions to ask during the interview? Wait, why do you have 2 of the same question? Oh, okay, well, well, that's hard to say because like, I don't believe in there being a set of questions that you should ask. It's like, you should ask what you want to know. Like real talk, like, you should, at the end of the day, like an interview, I know a lot of people don't look at it this way, but an interview, it should be a 2-way conversation, right? You should be learning about that company. Honestly, they should be selling themselves to you as much as you're trying to sell yourself to them. So for me, what I value is probably a little bit different from what you value, right? Like I'm more concerned with like what type of collaborative environment, like is it collaborative? Am I going to be working with people? Right? Or like, what are the types of people I'm going to be working with? Are they people who I'm going to have to like hold their hands and show them how to do everything? Or is it people who like, are kind of self-directed and I don't really have to interact with them that much? It really depends on where you are in your career, I think. So I care about vastly different things from the average person. Some people, they're concerned about salary and benefits and all that kind of crap. I could give no fuck. I don't care. Mainly because, well, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't get into because I let's just say I've done okay. So like now I'm just like, I have to want to work for someone. and I'm just trying to figure out what it's going to be like to work. So I ask personal questions, right? Like what kind of wavelengths are you on? Because if I'm gonna have to work with you, we got to get along. And to be real, like I don't really like what you do on the job or what I do on the job is irrelevant, because in my opinion, they're all the same. It doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, I know that's a non-answer, but it's a personal question, right? So I can't give you questions that you should ask other than ask questions that you want to ask. And I don't mean that in like a philosophical way. I mean that in like the most literal sense. Like whatever you want to know about working there, ask that question. And you know, if they get a little weird about answering certain questions, well, that's an answer in and of itself. So I've actually asked people, I wonder if I should even bring it up. How likely are you to quit in the next 6 to 8 months? Or basically the next quarter, technically in the quarter, like how likely are you to quit, right? That's the kind of question I'll ask. But I don't give a fuck. Where it's just like if someone, he asked a weird question and that takes me out, it's like, I don't care. Because it's just like, at the end of the day, like their life will improve working with me. I know my worth and I know my value. And let's be real, like most people haven't had my experiences. Most people haven't accomplished what I've accomplished. So it's just like when I look at interviewing and going somewhere, I'm looking at it's like chances are you don't have much to offer me. It's like I'm going to probably offer you more than you're going to give me. Like the best you can do is give me some money, which I already have money, which is just like effectively you're not doing shit for me at that point. All right, I'm still doing shit. That's why it's taking me so long. Just give me a moment. Let's see. OAuth token. What the hell is OAuth token? Where did I get an OAuth token? I have no idea where I got my OAuth token for this app. Like I know I did it at one point in my life, but now I have no idea where any of this stuff is. Oh yeah, right, never mind, I found it. OAuth token. So I had to reinstall it to my workspace. Oh no, I got to revoke all tokens. Okay, yes, sure. And now now I have to like install it into my workspace. So now I got to open up Slack. Oh my gosh, let's open up Slack. Oh, perfect. Oh, it did it. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, I guess it knows my account. So like I didn't have to reopen Slack. That's good. So we'll put that in there. We have my YouTube client, secret, all that's up to date. And now I have one more thing that I got to do. And that's the Supabase thing, which I thought I did, but I didn't. Supabase. Let me put this on your screen. Makes sense. Yeah, well, I mean, realistically, I don't know. Like, do people have time to waste to be flowery with language? Those are people who, in my opinion, they don't have much going on. If they over here got time to waste and be like, oh yeah, let me talk in circles to avoid answering a fucking direct ass question. That's not me, bro. How did the YouTube bot? That's actually what I'm working on, by the way. I'm planning out integration with it next week, but the API doesn't look very nice. Wait, what? Hold on. How did your YouTube bot go? Oh, you're integrating with YouTube. Oh yeah, it's terrible, bro. Like, but if you need help, or if you want me to kind of walk through that, I can maybe walk through that, or I can point you to the video where I went through it and was all pissed off, and like you can just watch me go through the pain at 2x speed, and then you can take from that and not have to go through any of that pain. What's your approach on what you learned to get you where you are, that you know so much and value yourself where you are confident you'll bring more value than others? Well, I mean, part of it is subjective, right? Where it's just like, I kind of took it for granted, like real talk. I have traveled the world, right? I've been to over 50 countries now. Yeah. There's also, most people have not seen 7 figures in their bank account. That like just the fact that, you know, where I come from, I grew up not in where I am now. Like I grew up in the hood, and you know, lots of adversity, let's just say that. And when I look at my peers now, all of them grew up like with freaking silver spoons in their mouth. Didn't have to work for shit, really. Most of them had like every advantage that I didn't have, and the best that they can do is end up in the same fucking room as me, which is just like, you needed all this effort, you needed like a whole community behind you, you needed all this money behind you, you had to do all this stuff just to end up in the same fucking room as me. So that, to me, I mean, it's just my accomplishments. It's really that simple. Where it's like, once you accomplish something, nobody can take that shit from you. And you know, some people, they'll be like, oh, you're cocky, you're arrogant. It's like, okay, that's fine. I'm like, sure, maybe, sure, yeah. It's like, you know, they say only douchebags drive Porsches, and I've owned 5 of them. So it's just like, yeah, there's a lot of things that I've done in my life that most people in life haven't done. And I did it at an early age. I did most of this stuff before 30. So it's just like, it's that. And I don't know if there's something that you can do other than just, you know, like be successful in all of the things that you've done. Like I've had 3 careers now, and in each one of those different milestones, I've accomplished what I set out to accomplish. So I think that's it, where it's just like, I've seen that no matter what, I make the shit happen that I want to happen in my life, whether somebody's trying to stop me or not. In fact, I think I need adversity. That's one of the things that I learned about myself, is that I need a little bit of that. I need to have my back against the wall a little bit. Cause I did lose a lot of motivation once, you know, what other people will say, once I made it. Yeah, it didn't result in the things that I thought it would result in. It actually took away a lot of my drive, a lot of my ambition, a lot of my motivation. I stopped caring about a lot of things, even to this day. Like, I don't care about things to the same extent. Like, for instance, let's say money, for instance. Let's say I go broke tomorrow. I don't care anymore. And the reason why is because I was happy when I was poor. Yet somehow when I became what most people would consider rich, I didn't necessarily become happy. In fact, like I would say, I went quite the opposite. So for me, I'm just like, yeah, a lot of this stuff don't really matter to me. And now all of a sudden, it's just like, when stuff stops mattering, then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna give you more of it. Which, you know, take that for what it's worth. I'm not saying to do what I've done, right? Like, I am okay with consequences, right? And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's just like, if you're unwilling to stand on your principles and accept your consequences, then you're gonna get what people give you, which is never gonna be what you want, right? At least that's what I believe. Maybe your life has been a little bit different. Let's see. I think I was watching that video. Yeah, I'm trying to get better about cursing, because it's like, one day I would like to be able to get sponsors to make this a little bit more worth it for me. It's just you polling. Yeah. I had to poll, unfortunately. I freaking hate it. It's unfortunate. I did look for webhooks. I don't think that they have webhooks. Sorry, I'm still doing the thing. My bad. I got, you know, I'm over here sidetracked a little bit. Let's see, databases. Wait, database API. I guess I don't need. It keeps saying that I don't. Okay, all right, fine. All right, sure. It's saying that I don't need it, which is interesting. Fine, whatever. All right, cool. So I guess we're good on the Supabase front. I think I can share my screen again. Give me one moment to make sure that I've closed my environment variable file before I do the same thing again. And then I have to go through this again. At that point, I would probably just quit. I would just be like, yeah, I'm done with this. Well, you know, the interesting thing about mindsets is that they are developed. And oftentimes it's not pretty, right? I've been through a lot of shit in my life. Like, a lot of things, and a lot of it wasn't good. So it's just like, you know, you couple that with, you know, like me kind of spending a lot of time with my grandpa, who, like, even though like his life wasn't the greatest, like he never really complained, right? Like, he's someone who after his dad died, I think, or left or something, I forget what happened. I think his dad left when he was a kid. He had to drop out. of school. So he dropped out in, I think, 6th grade, and went to go pick cotton out in the fields out in Texas, out near like Waco and Corsicana. I don't know how much you know about Texas, but in a small town called Hubbard, Texas. So he picked cotton, making 5 cents a day. And he always used to tell me these stories, and always used to remind me is that like all these things that I think are hard are not hard, and that I shouldn't expect to have an easy life, and that at the end of the day nobody's going to give me anything, and if I want something I got to go and do it myself. And you know what, the world has proven that they don't give a fuck about me or other men. So now that I see it, it's like it's changed me a little bit, right? Whereas it's like it's hard for me to give a fuck about most people, because it's like I know they don't give a fuck about me. But it's okay, right? I like that reciprocity where it's like, okay, you don't give a fuck about me, all right, cool. I also have the option to not give a fuck about you. But at the same time, what I notice is what makes me different is that not only do I have the ability to give a fuck, I actually do give a fuck sometimes, and I also have the ability to help people, which is something else that my grandpa told me. He was like, if you have the ability to help someone, then it's your responsibility. It's like, yeah, I may not have agreed with it, and I don't know, maybe I don't agree with it now, but my actions say otherwise. Where it's like, most of the time I'm helping people who can't help me. And honestly, I don't even think much about it. I'm just like, that's cool. Like, they don't need to do anything for me, because I can do shit for myself. As I've proven over and over and over again, I can do shit on my own. And I also have the ability to help other people do their stuff. And I guess that turns into people wanting me around and giving me opportunities that they wouldn't give other people, because I guess those other people can't help them get to where they're trying to go. These are all assumptions, of course. I actually don't know this to be true, but maybe it is. We're gonna start the server. What the hell? And let's see if this is gonna work this time. And okay, this is why it keeps saying that it's loading. Like, that's really, I really wish that it didn't do that. I'll open this. Well, before we open it, let's open up here. And we're gonna make this a little bit smaller. All right, so we'll go into login. All right, extra attributes from the server. Data, new, GRC, check, loaded data. What the fuck? App index. All right, let's go to this login. See what's going on here. Is there anything useful here? There's this handle sign up. Create client component client. Wait, what? Create client component client. The fuck? What? What kind of name is this? What is this? Create client component client? Client component client. Oh my gosh. All right. I got to figure out what this is, because I don't know what this is. So it's a function. Okay. And it's a generic function. So and it's parameterized. So say database could be anything. The schema name is something that it extends a string, and it has to be a key of, okay. So it has to be a property of this database thing. All right. And it's going to be equal, key of database, public. So it needs to be in the public schema, extends key of database, public or string, intersected with key of database. This is a weird type. It's a string intersected with, actually, no, never mind. That's not that weird. Never mind. Schema extends generic schema. Okay, what's the generic schema? But that's going to be defaulting to a database of the schema name. All right, I guess it doesn't matter because it tells me what it is. And that extends generic schema or database schema, or it can be any. And then it's going to return, oh no, it accepts an object with these. Then it's going to give me a Supabase client. Okay, so the create client component client is technically a Supabase client, but I guess it's the React version of that client. This is what I'm assuming, because I also have this other Supabase thing, which is just create client. So this must be the node stuff, like, the thing that runs on the back end. And this other thing must be the thing that runs in the client. Create client. Okay, client component client. Okay. I still don't like that name, but sure, we'll go with it. All right, we have a handle sign up. Oh, sorry, my bad. Let's see here. I remember first time I joined your stream, not knowing what I was getting into, only to learn more from you and what's chatting with you than from a team. Well, I'm happy, bro. Like, if you, I'm happy to chat more, right? Like, You know, I'm happy to share what I know. I believe that the world is a better place if we have more competent individuals out here doing shit, because there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and you know, there's a lot of problems that need to be solved. And if we have more competent people, those problems get solved quicker and we can move on to bigger, better things. Reminds me of the old teachings where you teach by talking proverbs and giving nuggets of wisdom that go a long way. You just drop nuggets of knowledge. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is that, like, I guess that's why I stream, right? Some people, they are able to like condense all of the stuff down into a video, but there's so much stuff that I've done and going through where it's just like a video, nah. Like you probably know me for years and still not know like not even half the shit that I've been through. Because honestly, I don't really talk a lot about stuff like that. I try not to talk much about it, because it's just like it can almost come off as complaining, where it's just like, yeah, you know. And plus, I understand that other people have had, you know, adversity too. Like, I imagine that I'm not the only person who's been homeless multiple times in their life. I'm pretty sure, you know, there are people out in other countries who, you know, they may hear what I'm complaining about and be like, yeah, that's not that big of a deal, right? So I try not to talk too much about stuff like that if I can avoid it. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Next disk client components, redirect boundary. Window error. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on here, but I am going to download these React Dev tools because I guess I should. We're going to install the Chrome version because this is a Chromium based browser. Yep, we'll add the extension. Excuse me. And then there's React Context Dev tool. I don't know if I need to use that right now, so we'll move on from that. And let's refresh. And let's confirm that we have. I don't see the React tools. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna first close this page, and then we're gonna do that. And do we get React tools now? All right, how the fuck do you get to React? What the hell? Do I need to enable it? Is that it? React developer tools. This page is using the development build to React. I know that. It's not suitable. Okay, sure. Open the developer tools and components. Profile tabs will appear to the right. Wait, open developer tools and components and profiler. Okay. I don't know. I don't see components. I don't see any of these things that it's claiming that I should see. Normally they'll appear here, but you know what? I'm gonna close the browser. How about that? And then we'll just reopen it. All right, and let's do this. Okay, here we are, components. All right, cool. So, yeah. So now I know that's there. Let's see if it'll allow me to do something now. Signal. And before I do any of this, let's go into my my sources, and we're going to. We'll go into login, which I think is the page actually. Login page. Here we are, and I'm gonna throw a breakpoint on the handle sign up. Oh, actually, okay. I think I know what could be happening here. Before I do anything, this error is going to be thrown away. So let's make it to where this error won't get thrown away. So if you don't catch a promise, or if you don't catch the error that a promise throws, it just goes away, you know, in typical JavaScript fashion. So let's do handle sign up, and we'll add a try catch to this. So we'll do try, yep. And then we're gonna come into here. We'll catch whatever the error is, which I think is unknown. Like type, and this is one of my issues with TypeScript and JavaScript in general. You don't know if does this function throw? And if it does throw, what is it throwing? I don't know. It does give me a response, so let's at least capture that. So we'll call this const response maybe. So we'll do that, and let's see. Actually, let's see what's on this response object. We'll do this sign up that returns auth response. took forever. Okay, so an auth response is data. Wait a minute. This error is really weird. Or not, I'm sorry, this error, this type is weird to me. What I would have expected is for this type to be defined as follows. Either you're going to get data, and that data is going to have a user, and it's going to be, or you're going to have a session, or maybe no, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to say, yeah, you will get a session, but I would, right? Why isn't it this? I don't know. But what I can do is come into here, and we should be able to find this in the what do you call that thing? But here, let's just copy this permalink right quick, and maybe that'll answer the question. No, never mind. So what normally when you do that, you should be able to figure out where that is in the library code base, and I can just go and make a contribution and fix their types. I've done this several times. I may do that actually. Let me open up my little note thing. I've switched back to Obsidian, by the way. Yeah. So I have nothing, right? Like it's not even like set up yet. We're gonna do code and color. That's technically what this is, code and color. And then we're gonna do a new note. And then we'll say things. Actually, we'll just call this Devlog. Devlog 2023 09 07. Oh, I can't use that shit. Okay. Well, I don't know what this. Yeah, we'll just say. Let's go back to my code here. I'm just gonna copy this. Yeah. All right. This is, what is this? TypeScript. All right. And then we're also going to undo all of that because I want this to kind of be in there. So we'll say here. All right, so let's go. Wait, what? The types in the Supabase client don't make sense. Oh wait, I can't. Okay, all right, I got to figure out like how to get my colon things working. But we'll use this for now. So we'll point down. Yep. Move up. This, wait, why did it mess up my formatting? I freaking hate this. Why did it mess up my formatting like this? And then it added spaces. Man, this is annoying to me, like real talk. So I'm gonna have to look for a plugin that can automatically do my styling, and or at least maintain the styling that I've copied. I shouldn't have to go like do this manually. But hey, whatever, we'll do it. I'm already done now. All right, cool. Ah, shit, I gotta do it again. Fuck. Oh my gosh. Oh. All right. Wait a minute. Something's weird here. All right. Should there be a comma here? Oh, no. I'm sorry. This is a type. Never mind. I'm tripping. This is a type definition. You don't use commas in type definitions. Okay. And then we'll put that there, and we'll move all of these like so. And these two. Wait, where did it go? Okay, these two here need to be tabbed over. That needs to be tabbed. That needs to be tabbed. Okay, I think this is all right. This is better. This definition makes how do you spell definition? Definition makes more sense to me. All right, I see I got some comments. Let's see. So you say the audio keeps cutting out. What do you mean? Like when you say audio, are you talking about me talking or the music? Or is it like when I get really quiet, it goes off? Because if it's when I get really quiet, that's as intended. It should do that. Let me close this right quick. All right, so man, this is a weird this is weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if the response.error, actually, yeah, we'll just do this. We'll say if it's this, then what I want to do is I just want to log that out. So we'll say error, and we'll just type in the error, just throw that in there, response.error. And then this error is, I'm just going to cast it as an error. I should be able to do this right here. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to have to do it here. So we'll just log it as an error, and I'll just say something happens, because I don't really have nothing better to say. Actually, I'll say handle signup fail. Handle signup error. So I'll just put that there. Error. And then what we'll do is we'll do this, and I will cast the error, or ERR. We'll just call it E. Yeah, we'll call it E. That's fine. So we'll say as an error, and then we'll grab the message from that error, because I don't really care about anything else. Okay. So if there's an error, we're going to return that. And then otherwise we'll do this router refresh. So I don't want this to happen if, you know, all this other stuff doesn't happen. And I'm also just going to go ahead and log out whatever data just to see what's there. So we'll say response.data. And we'll just, actually we'll do the same thing. So we'll say success, and we'll do that. Okay. Okay, I think this is good enough. Let's save that, and we'll rerun. All right. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So which one of these is sign up? Okay, I just realized that I just made a mistake somewhere. Where is it at? Where's that button? Sign up, sign. Okay, I need to put space in here. Okay, post. Direct 401. I don't know what. Unauthorized, okay. I wonder if I changed something on the Supabase side and I need to now go and redo it somehow. Okay, let's go into Supabase and see. It was you? Okay, all right. Well, good to know that I'm not still having technical issues. I started off having a bunch of technical issues. All right, so we'll go into dashboard. And what I need to look for is the, what do you call that thing? Like the redirect URI or something like that. And let's make this just a little bit smaller. Actually, I think this will be on the API side. Off, maybe? Okay, so I do have the allow new user sign up. This is the thing that so it should have been here, the redirect, but I don't see it. Maybe it's in the off section. And I hate that they use these icons because I don't know what they mean. Like, I don't think in icons. Go to provider URL configuration, site URL 3000, redirect URL. Okay, so I think this is the issue. So let's come back into the thing we were just in, which is here. And it's saying that this right here, this redirect to localhost port 3000 auth callback, that isn't allowed. Okay, so then like localhost auth callback. You know what I'm gonna do? Instead of trying to convert this in my head, I have a tool that will convert this for me. So yeah, you see here, URL decode. We'll just do that. All right, so then we'll go to here, throw that in there, add the URL. Okay, now let's try that again. Sign up. Still, Oh, invalid API key. Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, so now I gotta, cause I updated the API key. So this is, we're almost there. This is from when I messed up everything by showing my stuff. I hate dealing with environment variables, by the way, and this is why. So let me open up my environment variable, and I also need to open up this thing, and we're gonna get, oops, wrong one. We're gonna go and get the new Supabase crap. So let me do that right quick. API copy. All right, and then non-key copy. Okay, close that. Let me close some of this stuff. It's not helpful to me right now. We'll hide that. Okay, let's restart the server. My browser's here. Close that for now. All right, now let's see if we get a different error. No, it's the same error. Invalid API key. What the hell? Okay. Invalid API key. I don't know if I bought that, or maybe I should buy that, but I still don't. I'm gonna stop this again. I don't know if I bought that because I just put in a new one, unless I did delete something. So maybe there was a space or like something that I probably should have kept. Let me go back to the Supabase. Okay, I should probably put these in one password just to make my life a little easier, because it's hard finding all these things like this. It's really annoying. Okay. Oh, and I should also put this over here before I show my keys again. So it looks like I'm not going to get anything accomplished. I'm just going to have reset my keys. That's really all I'm going to get accomplished. We'll copy that. And instead of deleting things this time, I'm just going to paste it as is. Oh, it seems, yeah, that was it. Okay. Wait, it was saying API key. Let me inspect this error just a little bit more closely. All right, well, wait. Here we are. Oh, and it should also be in my logs here as well, I think. Hopefully. No. It's gonna get written out here. So we have auth API error, which actually I didn't expect to see that actually. Here's what I was expecting to see. Let me go back to the code. I was expecting to see handle sign up success or error. And I'm not seeing either. Oh, wait, I'm dumb. Here we are right here. It's right here. Okay. So what I'm going to say is, this is a unexpected error or something like that. So we'll say irrecoverable or something like that. Irrecoverable error, something like that. And then this right here is just going to be a regular error. So we're just going to do this right here, and we'll wrap that. We don't need any periods. Oh, oops, my bad. We do need a period. That's not a period. That's an access that's a property accessor. So we'll wrap that here and do that. All right, so now we're a little bit better. So this isn't going to be a irrecoverable error. It's just going to be like a regular error. All right, so we're good there. So let's sign up. It's still not saying what I expected to see. And I guess it's because it's not even running. Yeah, that would make a big difference there, huh? All right, reload. There we are. All right, cool. Well, also, why are these warnings showing up as errors? This is annoying. I don't like that. console. How do I feel? I don't want to ever see. I don't want to see warnings ever. Is this a warning? Which one is a warning? Whatever, fuck it. Well, I'll just ignore it the old-fashioned way, just by not looking at it. All right, so we're gonna do William at 1 signal. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, look, it's actually rendering properly now. What the hell? Why is it rendering properly now? Oh, okay. Well, that worked. Yeah, that worked. Okay, interesting. I don't know how that worked. But let's go and check my email, I guess. Come on, freaking work. Shit. Confirm your email. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this link and we're going to go back to my other workspace. We'll do that. All right, cool. So it took us back to the page, and then we get an error. Unauthorized client error code 401 error description email link is invalid, has expired. Sure. I don't know if I care, so long as the account was created. Where did my thing go? Here we are. All right, so we'll close this, and really we don't. What? I don't want that to happen. Okay, so we'll go into users. Still nothing. Oh, no, here we are. Perfect. Okay, yeah, look at that. So we got the user account. Did we get the profile? Yes, we did. So my trigger's working. The trigger is triggering. I've gotten something accomplished. Let's see what we can commit now. Before I do anything, let's create a new branch, and we're going to say logging in. Let me log in. Let me in. We're going to bring those changes. All right. Okay, so first things first is we need to make Supabase available to the client too. Make Supabase var available to client contacts. Available. And I guess, yeah, whatever. Okay, next thing is we add Supabase. Supabase next client for auth. And then I needed to do some auth thingies. Oh, I should also do this. Sorry. So use updated env name, envar name. And this is the other things that I need to do. So I need to have the handler for auth. Backend add handler for Supabase auth. Supabase auth. Yeah, that looks good enough. And then we'll just add like a basic login page. Add basic. All right, we will publish this. Okay, and I will also go ahead and create a PR. So this is add ability to create user accounts. All right, look at that. Accomplished something. Of course, I need to add a description and all this other kind of crap. Also, this build, while it should work, it won't work because I also need to go and update environment variables on Vercel. Oh my gosh. All right, we'll go ahead and close that out. And let's see what else we can look at. Where is it at? Here we are. So one thing that I want to do is I want this to be serialized or deserialized. So I'm gonna just do this right here, JSON dot string. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. What I'm first gonna do is go into my common directory right here, and we'll open it up, and then let's create a utils. Utils, and this utility is going to essentially stringify the thing. So we're going to do export function as JSON or to JSON. I don't know, something like that. We'll call it to JSON, and this is going to return a string. All right, and then I guess it's going to take an input, and I'm going to change this eventually to where I can do something of the form of this. So we'll say, so eventually I want this to be, it's going to take in a parameter, and this is going to be a string, S, right? Or the data. How about we just call it data? Data, and the data can be anything, right? But technically, I want it to. Yeah, it could be anything. I was going to say maybe I want it to be a record, but I think it really should be able to be anything. Yeah, I'm going to regret that later probably. In any case, what we're going to do is we're going to return the JSON.stringify whatever that data is. And then we're also going to also put in here prettyfy. And this is going to be a Boolean. But I don't think I need to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I think it'll infer that this is a bool. Let's confirm. Yeah, yeah, it'll confirm that it's a bool. Yeah, okay. So what we'll do here is we'll say, so we'll do return, and then we'll just say prettyfy, like so. If pretty, then we'll return something different. Otherwise, we'll return this right here. So let's put the thing that we want to return if it is pretty. So we'll put that here, and we'll do null2, like so. All right. So pretty by default is going to be false, maybe. So eventually, oh man, I said I was going to show what I wanted this to be like, and I didn't do it. I've already forgotten, my bad. So what I kind of want to happen is, like, let's say I have some object. So we have const obj, we'll call it some object, some obj, and that's going to be equal to whatever, right? It doesn't really matter what it is. Or we can call it, yeah, we'll just say this, it'll just be equal to that. What I would like to be able to do is do some obj dot to JSON, like that. I want to be able to do that, and then I want to be able to optionally say pretty true or false or whatever. So eventually I'm going to make it to where, you know, if I don't pass anything, it'll be prettyfy false. Otherwise I could do true. And now that I do this, this is a disgusting API. I don't like that. So we're going to change this. This is now going to be called opt, like that. And it can be optional, like so. And the type of this is going to be an object with prettyfy, and that can be, you know, optional, but it'll be defaulting to false, like so. And then maybe, oops, prettyfy. And technically this is a Boolean, so we'll make this a Boolean, like so. And then we can say equal prettyfy equals false. I know this is ugly as fuck. So honestly, what I would do is I would define this as an interface. So we'll call this interface to JSON options, to JSON option, I guess, to JSON option. And that would be prettyfy. We'll make it read only, prettyfy, and that'll be a Boolean, like so. All right, and then this right here is going to be to JSON. JSON, like so. Options. And these are optional. So I gotta tell it to be optional. Right? And opt is declared, but its value is never read. Yes, I get that. Can I have a question mark in the initializer? Okay, sure, fine. I think that'll automatically set it to that. And then sure, this is an object. All right, perfect. So now it's a little bit nicer, I guess, maybe. Debatable. And now we're gonna say if ops dot prettify. Oh, it's not ops, is it? Opt. Sorry. Yeah, so we're gonna say if the option prettify, if that's true, then we're gonna do this. And because this is falsy, like I don't have to worry about like exhaustive checking, so I'm not gonna exhaustively check. All right, so eventually I want this to be better than it is, but for now this is good enough. So we'll go ahead and go back to where I was, and we're going to make this a, wait, where's the data at? Where is it? Oh, here, right here. So we're gonna do to JSON, like so. And we're gonna prettify it. So we're gonna do this. And let's import this. Oops. So we'll import that, and then we'll say pretty true, like so. Okay, and let's, shit. Okay, I gotta sign up with another account now. Shit. All right, we'll do Will at Code and Color. Same password, sign up. Yeah, look at that. So now it gives us a pretty output. All right, I'm off the bed. Watch the rest of the stream. Yeah, it's on VOD. Thank you for joining, bro. Like, real talk. So I stalked your LinkedIn. I see you worked for Harris Corporation, which is BOAL3. What's BLW? What do you mean? BLW L3 Harris? Which is where you work currently. What's BLW? I don't know what that means. Yeah, and bro, casual economist. Thank you for joining. Like, man, for real. Hope to see you next time. Catch the VOD, you know. And yeah, maybe, I don't know, if you're here enough times, maybe we'll have you, pop up on stream and we can actually talk in real life. But yeah, let's see here. Now, but Bo. Okay, let me reread that then with now. So I stalked your LinkedIn, see you work for Harris Corporation, which is now L3 Harris. What's L3 Harris? What does that mean? Is that a thing? Sorry if I don't know. But yeah, I worked for Harris for a little bit. I fucking hated them. I would never work for them again. I worked on base though, which, maybe the experience is different. I was on, actually, I don't know if I can say where I was, but I worked on base. I'll just leave it at that. All right, it looks like it worked this time. Like the whole process worked, which is good. I probably should have had logging in my response handler, but of course I don't, because I'm not forward thinking all the time. Like here, this is what I'm talking about. Also, this should probably be wrapped in a try catch. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Const code. Okay, yeah, we're gonna wrap this in a try catch. Actually, if code, we're gonna do some other things, but okay, never mind. Okay, yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and try catch this. Catch that error. We'll call it E. I don't really like that as a name, but whatever. This is going to give me an auth token response. So we'll just say const response is equal to that. And let's see if this has the same type of shape. Yeah, it does. So we'll say if this is an error, then we want to do something. And otherwise, we're going to say like, irrecoverable error or something like that. And this is the callback. So we're just going to say auth callback failed or something like that. So we'll do console error. And then we'll say, well, first we'll do this. And we'll say auth callback error, I guess. I don't really have a good name for it. Auth/callback error. do that, I guess. We'll take E as an error because it's unknown at this point for some reason. I will grab the message and return that. And then if there is an error here, what we'll do is, honestly, I shouldn't be using console. What I really should be doing is creating a logger instance, and that logger instance should be conditioned on what environment I'm in. So that way, when I'm in my staging, technically not staging, when I'm in my dev preview environment, as well as my local environment, it'll write these things to the console. And when I deploy it to production, it will write it to log somewhere, or maybe it won't write it at all because I can put logic, conditional logic in there. But for now, we're going to pretend, that we're not good developers, and I'm just gonna do this, which is honestly a terrible thing to be doing because I'm gonna have to go back and fix it later. But whatever. Gives me an excuse for content, so I'm gonna go forward with it. Let's see. LOL. It's a company, used to be Harris Corporation. Oh, but okay, I see what you're saying. So they renamed it. Gotcha. That's good. Oh, this is a irrecoverable error. All right, and then I'm gonna just do the same thing here. But this isn't an irrecoverable error. So we're gonna do our to.json thingamajig, and we're gonna do our response.error, and then we're gonna pass in our pretty file option as true, like so. And the only reason why I'm doing this is so that if something happens in the future, at least I will have done this, like a little bit of foresight for once in my life, right? Where it's like I can go and be like, oh yeah, I see some information, I can go and debug it quickly without having to figure out a whole bunch of random shit. Wait, what did I just do? Okay. So let's go back to our table, and we should see 2 profiles. So now what I need to do is, now that this is being created, I need to come back in and flush out this profiles table. This is a practice that I do. I don't know if other people do it. I believe in doing the simplest thing possible to get something to work. In this case, it's very unlikely that I can't add literally a row where everything is automatically populated. Like the ID is automatically populated. In fact, we do need to verify this ID. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do whatever that is. And then we can do one of these things, and we'll do select. And I don't really care what we select. We're going to do from our auth users table where there's something. And I'm gonna alias this. I'm gonna call this A, where A dot. And the reason why I did A is so I can get IntelliSense. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I don't know the names of things. So we're gonna do A ID is equal to that. All right, yeah. So this is working the way that I expect. So some of the other information that I would want in the profile is basically this. So I got to redo my database essentially. I want this stuff to point, or how do I say this again? I need my Google API tokens to have the same ID as this right here, so that whenever I go to the Google API tokens table, I can get all of the accounts that belong to a particular profile. And then I can give the option of which account do I want to watch for a particular broadcast, right? Typically, this is better when you have visuals, but I'm not a very visual person. That's actually one of my weaknesses. And while I could spend time and effort and energy getting better at that, it would only help the people who are watching. And it's just like, there's a lot I don't know what the payoff would be. But maybe you all, if you want to see that, and you think it'll get me more subs and more traction, more engagement, then maybe I would do it. Maybe. But yeah, so I think we've accomplished some things. Let's see if there are any other small like little cleanups that I should do now while it's on my mind? Yes, there is. There's handle sign in and handle sign out. So what you're probably noticing is that I'm repeating this crap right here. I freaking hate this. What I could do is I can create a function that accepts as a callback the thing that I actually want to do, and then it wraps all of this and it basically does all this handling for me. So let's kind of piece that together, right? So we'll come into our utils class, and I don't have a good name for this, so we're just going to call it try for now. Function try for now. We can always rename shit, right? All right, and then I need to say, all right, well, what is this? Like, what can it take? Right? So what I'm going to say is any. But it's not just any. It needs to extend the function, or basically it needs to be a function of anything, right? There are a few ways I can do it. For now, what I'm gonna do, I'm dumb. This is the name. We're gonna call this fn, or we can call it callback if you will. But for now, we're just gonna do this right here, right? So it's gonna be a thing that returns void for now, or it can be a thing that returns a promise of nothing, right? It could be either or, but for now we're just going to go with this one right here because this is the easiest thing to deal with for now. And we can always extend, and this is what I mean by I follow this practice of do the simplest thing possible, get that working, and then you can always iterate toward what you want it to be. All right, so one of the things that we're doing is I know that we need to do this try catch BS, so we'll do try catch. All right, now here's the thing. This function that I'm returning, and I'm honestly, I don't know if I need this right now. I'm not gonna do it because I'm not gonna deal with the, yeah, we'll do this next stream. I've been here an hour and 31 minutes. Let's make sure things are working first. I think that's a better use of my time. All right, let's come here and get started by editing source app page. What the fuck? We're gonna go to this login page. Oh wait, I don't have a way to know. Okay, so what I need to do now is, let's first come into here. I wonder if I should put this somewhere else and then export it. Actually, yeah, this is something I really don't know for this one. Right. Here's why I don't know. I don't know if this is a singleton or if like it doesn't matter if I create it on any page that I'm on. So what I'm gonna do for now is I'm gonna create like a user page or something like that. I don't know. So we'll do new file, and this is going to be called, I don't know, profile, I guess. So it'll be profile / page.tsx, and is it export default? Actually, I don't know. So because I don't know, I'm gonna just do this right here and just make sure. Yeah, I'm gonna just do most of this. We'll just copy all of it. I can delete the stuff that I don't need. All right. So this is going to be called profile. I don't need any of this stuff here. I don't need any of this. And honestly, I don't even need most of this stuff right here. Okay. Let's organize imports to remove the things that I don't need. Okay, so now I have the Supabase thing. And what I'm gonna do, just to make my life a little bit easier, is, well, before I do anything, let's first see what I have access to. So Supabase, there's auth. Okay, what's on that? Auth, get user. Okay, I think this is what I want right here. Get user. Or get session. Maybe this. Does this return a promise? It does return a promise. Okay. So, I suppose I should store that in state. So what we'll do is we'll say const session, session, set session, and that'll be equal to React use state, or maybe I can just say use state and it'll figure out that that's what I want. Yes. And the initial state is going to be null, and this is going to be whatever this type is. Oh shit, they didn't name it. Oh man. Oh, this sucks. Oh gosh. Actually, it's going to be a session. Yeah, it's going to be a session. Yeah, all right, cool. So then let's just copy that, and let's make sure that we get the right import here. So this is that session. We'll do that. And it's upset because it's like, oh, you can't do that. So we'll say or no. All right, and now we're going to do a use effect. And this needs to be an async thingamajig. We only want this to run once. We'll move this here. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we need to define a function. So we'll say const, I don't know, get session or something like that, get session, and that'll be equal to an asynchronous function, async, like that. We'll do this, move that into here. Okay. And this returns a promise. So we're going to say const session is equal to this. We'll await it. And because this isn't awaitable, we'll do this try catch business. Maybe now I'm over here thinking maybe I should have went ahead and did that thing that I said I'm not going to waste my time on. But it's too late. It's not that hard to do this. So we're going to try to get a session. All right. And then we're going to check to see if this is actually a session. So we'll say session.error. So and maybe we should call this response. Yeah, we're going to call this a response. So we'll say if there's a response error, then maybe we want to write it out, maybe. And I'm doing this because remember, like, I know that things are going to fail, and it's a lot easier for me to like deal with shit if I know what's going on. So we're going to do this, and we're going to say I don't know, what is this? Get session. Superbase get session. Get session error, and then we'll do this to JSON, and then we'll throw in our response error, and then we'll do our pretty thing. Maybe I should make this like a default. Maybe I'll only want, no, I'm gonna keep it this is. I'm gonna keep this way. All right, so if there's an error, we're gonna do that, right? Otherwise, all right, and actually we're going to say else if here. I'm going to actually be very exhaustive. So we're going to say if there's a response.data dot session. So basically if this isn't null, then we're going to do set session, and then I'm just going to do response.data.session, like so. All right, and then on this error side, yeah, whatever, we'll just do this console.error, and then we'll just say a recoverable error, because I don't really know, like, I don't know what else to call it. Irrecoverable, whateverable error. All right. And we'll just throw in, yeah, we'll do this thing right here. We'll do E as error. This is annoying. Like this has gotten old already. All right, cool. So now we've done that. Now we got to call the thing. So we'll do get session. And the reason why we have to do it this way is because you can't do like an async. I'm sorry, you can't await, or I'm sorry, you can't provide use effect with an async function. So as a result, you have to define an async function, just call it, and then it's happy, I think. All right, anyway, so now that that's done, what I'm going to do is format this in pre, because I really don't care about anything at this point. And I'm going to use my same JSON function. So we're going to say to JSON and get this as a string to JSON. Actually, what we're going to do is say, actually, no, we're going to keep it as is for right now. For now. So we're going to do to JSON. We're going to pass in session, and then we're gonna do pretty. True. Okay. Now here's the thing that I was like kind of debating on, which is whether or not I want to say loading or something like that, and I think I do. So what I'm gonna do here is say we're gonna say session. So we'll say session like so, and then if there's a session, then we'll render out whatever that is. Otherwise, I'm just gonna render out a paragraph tag and say loading session. Maybe I should close out the thing. Oh, wrong way. Close out the thing here. Okay. Oh, this is disgusting. That's disgusting. I can't tolerate that. So we're gonna create a function. So we'll do it down here. Functions are hoisted, so I can do it at the bottom. So we'll say function render session, and we'll do we'll just take this right here. So we'll do that. So we'll just say if session, then we want to basically return this. Oh, come on, why did it do that? Okay, there we are. So we'll return this only if there's a session. Otherwise, we'll just return undefined, right? That's okay. So we'll do, yeah, I'm not even gonna do loading. I'm just gonna render the session. I'm gonna regret it later, but I don't care. We're going to do that and do that. Okay, cool. So now let's go to my session page, or profile page, I think is what I called it. All right, look at that. So we get the data, perfect. So we now have a thing that does the thing. Sure, I should have a loader, but no, that's too much effort. Okay, sorry, let me read your questions now. So could you not do an async iffy? What do you mean? Oh, inside the use effect? No. This right here, this cannot be. Oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe. Are you talking about like just wrap this as an iffy and then just run it? Technically, yeah. Yeah, but I don't like that. I like to give names to things. To me, that's incredibly important to give names to things. And the reason why is that errors happen, and maybe you haven't noticed this yet, but if a function doesn't have a name won't appear in the stack trace. So like if you want your stack traces to be useful in life, you want a function name. Otherwise, like it'll just say anonymous or something like that. And if you have enough anonymous things, you won't know what's going on. Does that make sense? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's one of those things where it's like you have to see it and you'll be like, ah, okay, I see what he means. Maybe I can demonstrate this. Give me a second. Let me yeah, then let me see if I can demonstrate this. I'll go to Quokka. So we're going to define a function f. I'm over here like I'm in another language. So we're going to do a function f, and in this function, I'm just going to throw new error, I guess. Is it this? Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know, like I don't really know JavaScript that well, but maybe. All right, cool. So we get this error at new error. I was expecting to get a little bit more information. So maybe what I'll do is do a try catch to actually get the error. And if I get the error, I should be able to do a I should be able to get the stack trace, because that's the information that I'm actually interested in. So we'll do catch. We'll say error. Okay, and then when we catch this error, what I want to write out, and I'm gonna just log it to the console actually. We'll do info actually, and then we'll say error dot my gosh, it doesn't know that this is an error. Wait. Oh no, this is JavaScript. Okay. Oh man. Let's see. JavaScript. All right, we'll just do error. JavaScript maybe. Error. JavaScript. JS. Okay. Let's see what we have on an. Wait. This is an error object that I was thinking. Error. I think it's this. Okay, there's a syntax. No, this isn't it. Oh wait, the error prototype. Where did I see that at? Here we are. So there's a name stack. Okay, that's the thing that I want. So we'll do stack. Oh no, don't do that. Okay. So, all right. So you see here how it says @f. That's the name of the function, right? So let's say, for instance, I'm like, you know what? I technically don't have to give my functions a name, technically. So what I'll do is this. I'll say const a, or we'll say f this way, and that'll be equal to one of these things. And I think it's still going to give me a name because it is named. So I have to figure out a way to pass it as a callback and then just have it call. So let me create another function. So we're gonna do oh, wait a minute. Wait. Makes sense. Never thought of it from the stack trace. Oh, it's from a debugging perspective, actually. Not really from a stack trace. Well, I mean, well, you gotta think about it, right? Like when you execute a function, well, technically you don't execute a function. When the runtime executes a function, all of the metadata about that function is going to be put on a stack frame. And when shit fails, all it's doing is just giving you back those stack frames, right up to that failure. If there is no data in that stack frame, like for the name, for instance, then it won't put anything. So it's really from a debugging perspective. So in order to show this, I think I had to create another function that accepts a function as a callback. So we'll say fn is equal to a function, and that's going to take. Or it's going to return a function that, oh gosh, what the fuck? It's going to return a function. This is where, because I'm in JavaScript, I'm trying to think. I think in TypeScript, I'm sorry. So we have a function, and I think that this is, yeah, it's going to return a function that accepts a function, something like that. All right, and then inside of here, we'll throw an error. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll do fn like so, and you'll see here how it just says error at, like who knows where it is. And the reason why is because this is an anonymous function. It doesn't have a name. So if you want your stack trace to be useful in life at all, maybe give your functions a name, which is why it's really important to me that I name things. I know this seems like a very contrived example, but I promise you it's not. A lot of libraries, a lot of things, they accept callbacks, and a lot of those callbacks are anonymous functions. Now you could just pass it in as an anonymous function, like I've done here, where it's just I pass it in, or you could do this. You could say, all right, well, instead of doing this thing right here, what I instead want to do is just call f. And that's the same as like you defining the function somewhere else and then passing it in as a callback. Now you'll get that name back. Does that make sense? Hopefully. And if not, what I can do is I can like do another example where I pass f as a callback, and then you'll see that you actually get back the name of that function. All right, you had another question. What is that tool where you search the error? It looks like you search up error codes as well. And this is a tool called Dash. So, wait, hold on. I got to figure out how to, wait, what? General? It runs in my menu bar. So I don't know icons. Give me a second. I'm probably just gonna have to click around until I find it. Oh, you know what? I think it's hidden. That's why. So, shit. How do I? Oh wait, no, it shouldn't be hidden. Actually, I think it's called Dash. I don't know. Let's see. Dash docs. Yeah, it's called Dash. Here, I'll send that to you as well. Yeah, I've been using this tool for a very long time as well. And it's useful for me. I travel a lot. That's the thing, right? So like, sure, you could be like, oh, I could just go look at the docs. I hate going to websites in general. Like, I'm not a big web fan for a few reasons. Number one is the inconsistent UI, right? Like, if I don't like learning a whole bunch of different things, if it's not going to help me in life, and learning a person's website does not help me in any way. I would much prefer to learn, one way of doing things, and then all the other things fit into that one way, aka man pages, right? I love man pages. There is a love-hate, right? Sure, they look ugly and all that kind of stuff, but they're consistent. And I will take consistency over anything. So this tool allows me to access doc sets from all of the tools that I typically work with. And it allows me to download them, so I don't have to like have internet connection. So when I'm out in the middle of the world somewhere, or if I'm on a plane, and I'm doing something, because I bring my laptop with me as well. Like I have more than one computer. I'll take my laptop. I like to be able to figure out how to do shit, especially with a lot of these libraries. I make it a point to not remember anything, because it's like, why, when I can just look it up in the docs. So this tool is pretty helpful. And the thing that you're seeing is like they have these what do you call them, cheat sheets, and the cheat sheet that I have is for HTTP. So if I just put in like a 401, it has a search, so it'll find anything that has 401 across all of the doc sets that are enabled. And it just so happens that because that's the one I selected, it goes to the status code cheat sheet, which is useful for me because not only do I need to understand what certain codes mean, but because I also am a developer advocate and I'm concerned with developer experience, it's important to me that the APIs that I guess I contribute to in some way, that we are returning codes that make sense, right? That are descriptive, and semantically they align with the actual thing that's going on, so that the developer on the other side, at the very least, if they're anything like me, they can be like, I don't know what this code is. Let me look it up. They'll go look this up, which, by the way, this comes from the literal RFC for HTTP. They can look this up and have a better idea. So it's a Googleable thing, which is important to me. So as you can see, I have a few doc sets here, and some of them aren't turned on, and that's for reasons that I'll get into now, I suppose. Sometimes I'm not dealing with certain things, and it can become a little bit noisy if I'm seeing the same, like if I'm seeing a bunch of docs for things that I'm not currently using, right? So the things that I use the most, they're always here. I don't know why I don't see pandas here. Wait, where's pandas? Do I not have pandas? Let's see, pandas. Oh no, I do. Why did that not show up? Or am I just dumb? Oh yeah, I'm just dumb. Here we are. It's right here. So yeah, there's pandas, and I think there's one for Julia too. I don't know. I don't think I have Julia installed. I haven't done Julia on this machine, but I'm gonna go ahead and install it just so we have it. And then what I can always do is that, like, I know I don't need Julia right now, so I can do this. Not only does it like de-noisify things, but it also makes my life just a little bit easier because it doesn't have to search through it, so it makes it faster. I think we should. Is it NeoVim? Okay, I guess there isn't a NeoVim. Anyway, there you are. Have fun with it. It's Mac only. That's one thing that if you watch me long enough, you're going to find out that most of the tools that I use are Mac only. I make it a point to only use Mac only stuff. If it's multi-platform, I have very little interest, because what it tells me is that it's going to be like they're not going to pay attention to Apple's human interface design guidelines, which is important to me, right? Because I know how to use a Mac very, very, very well. And if people are developing things and it's like web app or Windows, it's not going to match what I expect a Mac app to be. So like I said, a lot of these are Mac only. So if you're like a Windows person, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Not sorry that you use Windows, but just like I don't have recommendations for you. Yeah, other than Raycast, I think Raycast it works on Windows. Maybe. I'm saying maybe. I really don't know. Okay, so hopefully, yeah, that's useful in some way. Let me come back to here. Get rid of that. And I think we're good. We were able to not only fix my trigger that wasn't triggering, but I've also have been able to confirm that I can create accounts using email. Next time I'll create something where I can create accounts via OAuth, via Slack, as well as Google, because again, I'm building a Slack bot as well as a Google, like YouTube Google. So like it makes sense that I can be able to log in with those accounts. So I'll do that next time. But yeah, here is the stuff and it's working. So yeah, let's go to my database to make sure that we're good. So we'll close that out. Let's make sure that I've committed everything. I have not. So what have I done? I created a function to make my life a little bit easier. So let's first do some of this. So we're gonna say add a function to for displaying JSON. Okay, and then I'm just gonna say handle errors or log errors. And here, this is mostly just to make sure that I have a session. So we'll just, and this could become like an actual settings page. As of right now, it's just gonna show me the session. Eventually, actually, maybe I'll do that now. How much time do I have? I have four-ish minutes, maybe 10. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and commit this first. So we'll say display session on profile page. Okay, so here's what I think I wanna do. I wanna go into table plus, which I just created like a dumbass. So we'll, oops, wrong thing, don't do that. We'll come to this one. Go to Postgres and we're gonna modify this. So what I'm gonna first do is, shit, which one is which? I think it's this one. This is the second one. Will the coding color? Yeah. All right. So technically this is gonna be wrong too, but I don't know if I care right now. What I'm gonna do is first get the type of ID. So ID is a UUID. I don't know if I like this as a UUID. Maybe I should, whatever, fuck it, we don't care. All right, so this oh, I already have it. Oh my gosh, I'm dumb. Okay, so I already have the profile ID. So let's come back in here and let's put the profile ID right there. And we'll save that. And now that I've done that, I'm going to make this not nullable. I had to make it nullable first. I did this in my last one. So we'll go ahead and save that. Also, I want this to be number 2. And it, oh, come on. PostgreSQL doesn't change. Fuck. Okay, fine, whatever, I don't care. I do, but shit. Okay, it's fine. I can deal with that later. I'm good. I'm on good footing for now. I'll ignore that. All right, so now that we have our client on the profile page, so let's go back to that profile page. Profile. What I'm going to do, along with getting the session, is also get the what do you call that thing? The YouTube stuff. I'm gonna do this as a separate user effect. I think they should be separate, right? So we'll say get YouTube tokens, or I don't know, something like that. Credentials. Sure, I guess that's good enough. All right, and we're not going to do this right here. What we're going to do is from Google API tokens, and then what we want to do is do what was it? Is it select? I'm going to assume we're going to select everything, and then we're going to say where equals. All right, the column that I care about is the profile. Okay, I'm gonna need to, I'm gonna need to update the types. That's the issue right here. So we'll just say profile ID for now. And then the value is going to be from the session. Oh shit. Actually, yeah, this won't work yet. Yeah, this can't work. And the reason why I said I need this session before I can do it, but I'm gonna just pretend, right? We'll say session like that, and then we'll say user ID. So this is wrong, but it doesn't matter for now, right? Hopefully it's just to kind of get the point across. All right, so what we're gonna do eventually, and I'm not gonna do it now because I realize I gotta update types and there's other things that I'm gonna have to do. But we're gonna go to the Google API tokens table and we're gonna select the rows that have the same profile ID. So one of the things that I can do here is that this Google API tokens, if we come here, you notice that I don't have a uniqueness constraint on profile ID. So if we look here on our indexes, there is no unique key index, which means that I can have I can have basically the same profile IDs across multiple records. So what I'm going to get back is a collection of Google API tokens for that particular user. And then what I can do, I don't have the data for it right now, but eventually what I can do is I can say, okay, well, here are the tokens, here are the accounts that they align to, and I can say here, like maybe I can present some checkboxes or something like that. And then it's like, all right, well, select the checkbox. All right, for this account, give me the live broadcast. For this account, give me all of the videos that get published. For this other account, give me all of the community posts or something like that. I'm making all this up right now, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of direction of where I'm going. So yeah, I think I've accomplished enough tonight. So yeah, questions, comments, concerns? If not, I can always go. What time is it? It's only 11. Oh, it's not even that late. Yeah, I guess, if there are no questions, I'm gonna go read my linear algebra book. I have this linear algebra book that I've been going through. Also, there's some papers that I need to read. I've been playing with Llama as well as Whisper. So I may read those papers. In fact, Pratik, or 20 hours later, you can go look him up. He suggested that we read a paper together. So I was like, oh yeah, that should be dope. And then I hit up one of my friends who, I think she's at Google Brain or Google AI or something like that. I think she does something like that, like research engineering or something. So I was like, oh yeah, maybe you should join. And then y'all can y'all can nerd out and I can just be here and just talk my shit as I usually do. In any case, I guess, I see here. Let me put this up. Why are you reading on linear algebra? I like it. So I'm familiar with linear algebra, but with a lot of things, I think it's continued exposure over time. You get new insights, and linear algebra is really useful. And I really like it, right? Not only is it useful in, some of the things that I'm really interested in, like audio or photography, all of the processing, all of that is linear algebra transformations, all that kind of stuff. But it's also useful in other things like machine learning, AI, all that kind of stuff. And this book is just cool, right? Here, hold on. Let me go grab the book because I don't think you were here when I showed it off. Give me 1 second. All right, so the book is called Coding the Matrix. Is it going to focus? Yeah, Coding the Matrix by Philippe Klein. Let me pull it up on my screen. Maybe that'll be a little bit easier. Coding the Matrix. Hopefully it'll just take me there. Nope, of course not. Coding the Matrix. Oh, there's a whole course. Oh, cool. Oh, there's slides. Oh, shit. All right. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't even know there was a site. Man, did it even say there was a site? I didn't read the introduction. I'm gonna be real. I typically skip the forewords and all that kind of stuff, and I go straight into the actual stuff. But now I'm gonna see if it actually mentioned it. I don't see it anywhere. It literally says it on the back of the first page, right before the contents. It's like the companion website is at codingthematrix.com. Wow. Okay. Well, that should show you how much I read stuff. I don't read books the way normal people read books. I go to the table of contents. I'm like, all right, what can I learn from it? And then if it's a math book like this, where like typically it builds on top of other concepts, I start from chapter 1. I don't read forewords. I don't read introductions. I don't read like, how does this book work? Or like, because I already know a little bit of math. So I don't really need to do that. But anyway, so look, so searching within an audio clip. Remember, linear algebra, you know, you could do that, right? And then searching within an image. I did talk about photography, and if you could do photography, then you could do video. And I'm kind of into video as well. Image compression, same thing. Although, I mean, if we ever talked about image compression, I would probably start off with Huffman coding. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. It uses what do you call those things? Guys, what do you call that thing? It's like a heap, I think, or something like that. A heap data structure. I don't remember. Huffman coding. We'll just look at the wiki. All right, I can't look at it this way. Let's look at it. I have an extension for looking at Wikipedia where it doesn't make me sick. So let's do Huffman coding. Okay, here we are. Cool. So like for me, like I could look at the data structure and it's like, okay, I understand, because it's tree based, it's a heap. So it's just like you have a pre-processing step, and then you figure out what your codes are based off of like the data that's in your thing, and that's based off of what appears the most. So things that appear the most are going to have shorter codes. Things that appear the least are going to have longer codes, and that's what gives you the ability to compress your data. So you can get into your compression. The whole point of that is, if we were to get into compression, I could talk about that, but we would start off with like the simplest form of compression, which I think is run length encoding, RLE or something like that. I think, yeah, run length encoding. That's the easiest one, and then you get more and more complex, just so that you can understand like really what's going on. But maybe this is not something that's important to you. Like a lot of people just use libraries. You got to keep in mind that like I had like my background is computer science, so I'm more into the algorithms and data structures than I am into the just like, oh yeah, to me that's software engineering. Knowing that this exists, that's where you get into software engineering. Like, how do you use it? How do you take advantage of it? What are the things you need to be concerned about? Like growth factors, or I guess like, what do you call it? What do you call that thing? People call it big O, but I think it's called asymptotic notation or something like that. I think it's called asymptotic notation. Let's see, asymptotic notation. I probably misspelled that, but maybe, no, I didn't. Look at that. Oh no, I did misspell it. Okay. Yeah, big O. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. So asymptotic notation. So yeah, this is kind of important to some extent. But I think a lot of folks, they fall into this trap thinking that, oh yeah, like, oh, big O, it's like it's analog in. But and this is how I know someone really understands this. It's like, not only can they tell me like not only big O, but can they tell me the theta? Like, do they understand what lower and upper bounds mean? Because big O is typically upper bound, which I don't really care about. I like more stronger arguments, which would be something like theta, which is another thing that, you know, a lot of people don't get into. Let's see if that's in here somewhere. Yeah, they have it, big data, but I think maybe we need to go into Arc to view that, because the styling is broken for some reason. It's so fucking bright. By any chance, is there a dark mode on Wikipedia? Like, this is stupidly bright. I don't know if you can tell. I get really bright. Hold on, wait, let me do it. So can you see how like I'm overexposed right now? I'm like extra white. That's because this giant ass screen. It's not even that, like, it's at half brightness, but it's white, and the screen is bright as fuck. It is, oh my gosh. I gotta turn it down. It's a little bit too bright for me. Okay, let's see. Let's go to our theta. All right, so this is how I know when people actually know what the fuck they're talking about. It's like, don't just tell me, oh, what's a big O, right? I want to know, like, can you give me the stronger argument, which is like, if something's theta or small O, can you tell me that? Or even better, like if you're not thinking about the constant, so it's just like if you're like, oh yeah, you just use, let's say, like, I don't know, the data structure everyone uses these days, what do you call that thing, a dictionary, a hash, or a map, whatever those things are called. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, you just use that. But it's like, well, sure, technically big O is log of n, right? Or maybe it's n, maybe it's constant time. I think it's constant time for hashes. Yeah, hashes are constant time. So, and we call it O1, right? So it's actually like big O, C, and then that's it. Like it's just C, but we interpret C as 1. So it hides the fact that that constant could be big as fuck, right? That constant could be 20 quadrillion. And it's like, that's O1. Whereas you can have something that has a technically worse big O, like, I don't know, quadratic, which I think is like n squared or something like that. Well, like if your input is small, like let's say you have like 4 things in your input. Well, what is that? 16. That's only like 16 operations that you have to do. Whereas with that other thing, sure, the constant is a constant, so it's represented as O1, but you have 4 quadrillion things, or whatever the number is that I used last time. You have that many things that you have to do, except it's not dependent on the input. So it's like, if you only have 4 things, you're still gonna have to do those quadrillion, however many things I said, right? Where it's just like, no, I think people fall into this trap of just like, they don't really understand big O, and this is how I normally gauge whether or not someone really understands it, because there's like the big omega, there's small omega, there's big O, I think there's also a small O, and then you see there's theta and all this other crap. And what they represent, wait, can I show what does this not show? Well, I guess this doesn't show it, but like, let's say if you were to put this all on a graph, you have like your big O at the top, you have a theta at the bottom, and then like in between you have these other things. Yeah, that's why I say typically theta is a much stronger argument. Here you are. So F is bounded both above and below G asymptotically. And this is for some K greater than whatever, some K2 greater than, yeah. And then this is for all N greater than N. So this right here is like a function, right? You pass numbers, or a sequence of numbers to a function. That's how you get a function, right? So it's just like for all of the things that you pass into it, where n naught is K1 G and less than or equal. So what this is saying is that it's bounding the runtime complexity. So it's upper and lower bound. I hope that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. A lot of this stuff, like, I don't know, I visualize it, so I don't really like, the notation is fine, like formal notation is all that's cool or whatever, but like if you can visualize this, and that makes it even easier in my opinion. Anyway, that's a tangent. I mean, technically you don't need to know any of this. Let's just say that you don't need to know any of that. Oh, they have the orders of common functions. Look at that. Yeah, so this is the one that I was talking about, O1. This is technically OC, O constant. We just call it O1. And the problem with this is that it hides information, right? There's double logarithmic, that's log n, logarithmic. I haven't actually seen polyalgorithmic ever, but I'm sure it exists. The ones that you commonly see are like linear, n log n, or linear, like n linear or something like this, the n log n. And then quadratic is really common. I call those quadratic bombs. Polynomial. Polynomial is actually really important, actually. That's where you get into like things of like the hardness of a problem, like hardness, like NP hard or something like that. Yeah, here. That's when you get into things like this, which is like, if you can find the function in polynomial time, that's actually really good. Because a polynomial could be a lot of things, right? Like you have multiple terms in a polynomial. It's in the name. But anyways, I think, this is a tangent. I don't think people are really that interested in computer science stuff, so I won't talk about it that much. But just so you know, like, that's why I'm reading this book, because it's a linear algebra book, and it's proofs. It's actually really I like it so far, but it's presented from the perspective of a computer scientist. right? And it does have labs, and the labs are you programmed it. So like, not only do you get a rigorous survey, or not, honestly, it's a rigorous. I can't speak right now. I don't even know what it is. Rigorous presentation of linear algebra through the perspective of computer science, and you get to program. So hopefully that's a long-winded answer. I apologize for that, but yeah, that's why I'm reading it. I like it. And it's not just linear algebra. I have a bunch of calculus books that I go through. I like math. Like I actually like learning. You know, some people are like, oh, I like learning, but then their actions don't align with it. I actually really, really like learning. So like right now I'm doing this linear algebra. And yeah, maybe I'll do something cool, because I want to build a spectral analysis tool that can do filtering. I think I kind of mentioned it here. This is my last name before I go for real. So let's open up my vision thing right here. So this is a spectral analyzer, and what you can see is that it's showing you the my voice in the frequency domain. Typically when you see audio, in fact you see it down here, this is in the time domain down here, but the frequency domain is really cool, right? It's not just cool to look at, it's useful. And one of the things that I wish that this thing did, which it doesn't, is I would like to be able to select a range of frequencies and have it filter only those frequencies. And what I mean by filter is that I want to just throw away all the other stuff that's not within my selection. So let's say that I selected this band of frequencies 10K to 6K. I would like to be able to just hear those isolated. Now, in order to do that, you need to do Fourier transforms and all these other things. And because this is this is a function right here, we could use linear algebra to make that happen. And there are some things that some optimizations that you can do that I don't know yet. And I think that this book can maybe get me thinking along the lines of, oh yeah, I can optimize it in this way. Yeah, anyway, that's it. So if you made it this far, yeah, thank you. I hope you give it a like, subscribe, follow, all of the things. And I will probably be streaming tomorrow and the weekend, Saturday. I'm trying to make sure I don't work on Sundays. I did not follow that this past weekend, which is why I didn't work on Monday and Tuesday. That's why y'all didn't see me. So yeah, I should be here tomorrow as well as on Sunday. And yeah, I'll see y'all then. Peace.